Deep inside a dense jungle stood an old water plant, abandoned and forgotten by most people. Once, it had been the main source of water for nearby villagers, but now no one dared to go near it. Over time, a terrifying reputation had surrounded the place. People whispered that one night, several villagers went there to collect water after sunset. At first, everything seemed normal. The pumps worked, and water flowed as usual. But as they continued filling their containers, strange sounds began to echo through the plant. The noises didn't come from the forest. They came from inside the water. Low whispers, gurgling voices, sounds that didn't belong to any human throat. The villagers froze in fear. The more water they collected, the louder the voices became, as if something beneath the surface was waking up, gathering their courage. One of them climbed higher to look into the upper tank. What he saw made his blood run cold. Two glowing red eyes stared back at him from the darkness. Before anyone could react, something pulled them backward with unnatural force. Terrified, they ran for their lives, leaving everything behind. The next morning, when villagers returned to collect water, what flowed from the pipes was not water, it was blood dot. From that day onward, the water plant was sealed off. No one went there again. People said the plant was cursed, that something evil lived inside it, feeding on those who disturbed its silence. Years passed, and the jungle slowly swallowed the place whole, until new people arrived. A group of newcomers settled near the forest, unaware of the dark history tied to the abandoned water plant. Locals warned them repeatedly, never go there, especially at night. They told them about the voices, the red eyes, and the blood-filled pipes. But desperation often silences fear. One night, when water ran out and there was no other option, a man from the new settlement decided to go to the water plant. He believed the stories were nothing more than superstition meant to scare outsiders. As he approached the plant, under the cover of darkness, an uneasy feeling crept into his chest. The air felt heavy. The forest was unnaturally silent. He turned on the pump. At first, water flowed normally. Relieved, he began filling his containers. Then he heard it, a faint no, like someone calling his name. He froze. The sound grew louder, echoing from inside the pipes. The man panicked and shut off the pump, grabbing his containers and rushing home. But he didn't know that something had followed him. That night, as he stood in his bathroom washing his face, he heard the same sound again. This time, it came from the tap. The whispering turned violent. The water pressure increased suddenly, splashing his face. He tried to step back, but the tap began pulling him forward with impossible force. Something inside the water had found him. The man screamed as the tap water twisted unnaturally, wrapping around his face. He struggled, but the force was too strong. The whispers became deafening, filling the bathroom with inhuman voices. Then, without warning, the metal tap cracked. A sharp, broken edge pierced his eye. His scream was cut short as he collapsed to the floor, lifeless. By morning, his family found him dead in the bathroom, his face frozen in terror. Doctors could not explain how such an accident could happen, but the locals knew. They said the thing living in the water plant doesn't need to stay there. Once disturbed, it follows its victims through water pipes, taps, sinks anywhere it can flow. The authorities sealed the water plant permanently after the incident. Warning signs were placed everywhere. Yet people say that on quiet nights, if you listen closely, you can still hear whispers coming from running water. And sometimes, when you look into the darkness of a tank or a pipe, two red eyes look back, because some places are abandoned for a reason, and some waters should never be touched.